everybody, hi every spirit, welcome very much to the channel. Let's talk about New Moon in Pisces. It's happening right now and I wish you a very happy New Moon in Pisces. I wish you the best seeds to be planted. Thank you for watching. Leave a like and subscribe. Use the links down below to find more of my content and to book readings and services with me as well. So first, let's go into the general analysis. What means New Moon? Means that our emotional realm, our internal realm, our reactions, our responses, what and how we attract, how we feel comfortable, how we feel safe, are empty. But that's not negative. Yes, you can feel a bit weird, you can feel a bit more nervous, less energy as well today, but that's normal because we are now starting to build new ways or literally new things that I just said. And that's great because the only thing constant in the universe is change, and a guaranteed way to keep yourself healthy at all levels is to allow your spirit to change and go through different experiences and spaces as it's needed, as you need, right? So new moon means basically a new start internally, from within to without, okay? It doesn't mean that your life is going to change all of the sudden right now. It can, but usually those big changes come after accumulation, come after you build something up, but it starts right now. It starts on the new moon, and then until the full moon, we're gonna water the seeds, take care of the land, take the grasses away, focus in our own garden, not focusing on others' gardens. You know what I'm saying? So new moon means all of that, but this is not any new moon, it's new moon in Pisces. So new moon in mutable water, the ability to be mutable and adaptable with your own and others' feelings and emotions, dreams, illusions and imaginations, creativity, spirituality, faith and belief systems in general. It's also ruled by Jupiter, co-ruled by Neptune, and Venus is exalted in Pisces. So it means Pisces in general has the ability to expand, sometimes too much, into fields outside of perceivable reality about those things that I just said, emotions and feelings, creativity, spirituality, and you can expand how? By being mutable with yours and others, very important, with yours and others' feelings and emotions, etc. And then the exaltation of Venus means too much love, too much connection, too much commitment, or just the ability to value things, for an example, that others don't value, and then you can make it relatable to others and you can profit from that, for an example, right? That's basically, generally speaking, the energies of Pisces. So new moon in Pisces means new feelings and emotions, new reactions and new responses, and new ways to feel comfortable, safe, and private about your ability to be mutable with yours and others' feelings and emotions, dreams, illusions, and imaginations, spirituality, creativity, faith, and belief in general. So, practical examples of this: new dreams as in literally, like you go to sleep and you experience new dreams, or dreams that you didn't experience in a long time, but you have a vague memory, or the vibe kind of feels out, because Pisces, is the sign of vibes. Everything that involves vibes, aka music, art, feeling others, Pisces excel at that, but sometimes it's just too many vibes and they get confused because they're being aware, they're being mutable of all of those vibes at the same time, because in reality, all reality is frequency and vibration that we create as spirits by moving around. But let's keep going. So another practical example of new moon in Pisces can be new illusions. This can be positive, this can be negative. Imagine you wanted to start a new project, a new business, you wanted to take a new step, but you weren't believing in yourself, in the opportunity, in the people around you. And new moon in Pisces can bring you a new illusion, new faith, new belief. So maybe now you believe more in yourself, you believe more in the project, you believe more in the people that will or are working with you, without necessarily have concrete evidence, without necessarily being guaranteed of profits. And sometimes the most profitable outcome of the situation is you just going through the situation. And a lot of times Pisces and people that have a lot of water elements, they need to understand that, because the world usually judges or a lot of times, on profit, on outcomes, on the results. But the journey is way more important, because without the journey, and depending on how you make the journey, the results and the profitable circumstances will change immensely, right? So new faith, new beliefs, new illusions, but new illusions can also be bad, because you can be now creating an illusion about a circumstance that is negative for you, but you create this illusion that it's good. You will be able to come up internally or based on external experiences and examples, a way to keep telling yourself that's the right thing to do. All right, whatever it's the case, you might be an illusion, as in now you're ready for the next step, you see things in a better way, or you keep supporting a negative experience. Also, new ways to feel comfortable in being mutable with your emotions and feelings. So if you have, for example, a lot of air energy or a lot of earth energy, you might be a bit more uncomfortable when it comes to dealing with emotions in general, especially when it comes to being mutable. Because mutable energy, when it comes to water, feelings and emotions, it's really like solving the problem, letting things go, or allowing those things to evolve into that further stage. And especially air and earth signs, because they struggle a bit more with emotions, they tend to want to spend more time dealing with them in a slow, more realistic pace, or just ignore them. You just shove it in the back of the mind, in the back of the heart. But New Moon in Pisces will give you the opportunity to feel comfortable in new ways about actually engaging into those emotional processes, right? Another part of New Moon in Pisces can be new or being too mutable in new ways. So maybe you were not as emotional open, you were not as connective, but you might become more connective, you might become more mutable than you should be. And then you start reacting, imagining, feeling, and expanding based on external inputs instead of your own inputs. And keyword, too much. Because we're always doing that, we have to do that to connect and expand with others. But the Moon in Pisces, because of the Venus exaltation especially, can make you like too giddy or too easy, or you don't see some red flags, or you don't see when to stop, you don't see limits and boundaries, and you just want to keep connecting and being mutable. It's a more internal, emotional, and spiritual version of gossip, because gossip comes from Gemini, the mutable air sign. Pisces is the mutable water sign. So you can have internal gossip, which is, imagine you have a point, you have an idea, you have a task, but you keep your spirit keeps traveling within you into different emotions, different memories, things that have nothing to do with the task, with the memory, with the point. That's internal gossip. So you get scattered. So New Moon in Pisces can mean new ways to engage with your own internal gossip. But let's focus here on the positive, and how can you use New Moon in Pisces to expand your life literally. And Pisces is one of the signs, in conjunction with Cancer and Taurus, that can manifest and materialize quicker. But with great power comes great responsibility. So why can Pisces manifest and materialize quicker? Because of the mutable, water, and Jupiter alignment. So what does that mean? We create the world all together as spirits, from within to without. So, and the water element resembles and represents within. So Pisces has more awareness, thus can use better the internal realm. Then you have mutable. How do we create a world? Together. Teamwork makes a dream work. So the mutable element, or the mutable modality, is perfect to come together with others to create something, or to expand on something, or to go deeper into something. But it's about that connection, that mutability, being able to adapt to others and with others, and being able to make others adapt to your own stance. And then we create common ground and we build upon it. And then Jupiter alignment, expansion, traveling, wisdom, and knowledge. There is nothing more valuable to a spirit than its testimonies, the wisdom and knowledge that the spirit gathers from traveling. And we are always traveling. Spiritually speaking, your spirit, it's not always, because your spirit does spend sometimes in the same space, but it's never for too long. That's why you can't really hold a thought or a feeling for too long, right? You sometimes even when you are in negative feelings, deep feelings, sometimes you change real quick and then you come back. So we're always traveling. So Pisces has the power to expand anything, has the power to connect everything, and has the power to be everything, because we have the water and the mutable energy that brings this chameleonic vibe where Pisces can adapt to everything and be a wolf in sheep's clothing or be a sheep in a wolf's clothing. Pisces can play both roles. So New Moon in Pisces is basically an opportunity to take whatever is in within you, connect it with others, be mutable with it, and then expand on it with the Jupiter alignment. And be careful, because then the Venus exaltation comes in, and then you can go too far with the pleasure, with the commitment, and with the relationships, or just relatability in general. But New Moon in Pisces is basically a new opportunity to expand on your dreams, to expand on your creativity, to expand on your spirituality, to expand on your lostness, on your la-la-landness, to expand on relationships, toxic relationships, good relationships. A new opportunity to be more aware of what the real spiritual ship is for you. Be more aware of deep subconscious cycles and patterns, aka the co-ruling of Neptune. So basically, New Moon in Pisces, it's really a big opportunity for you to transform everything within you. But it's not as harsh as like Plutonic vibes. It's a more soft, compassionate, emotionally and spiritual understandable vibe. And everybody can access it right now. And remember, this is the last month of the year, because the real year begins in Aries when the sun is exalted, spring, things coming into life. It doesn't make sense the new year being in Capricorn, which is the start of Saturn. It's too physical. Saturn is the world, but what makes the world us, with our uniqueness and individuality. And in winter, everything is dying. In spring, everything is coming back alive. So this is the last month of the real year, of the year according to a spiritual perspective. The new year in Capricorn season in December is the new year in perspective to a physical perspective, but that's for another video, right? So also New Moon in Pisces is the beginning of the end. So you can not erase, that's not the point of Pisces, but you can take all the experiences from your past year and utilize them, adapt them, expand on them, share them, connect them, extract immense amount of wisdom, knowledge, creativity, and spirituality from your whole year so far. And then you take the best of those, if you are able to, if you can be aware of it, if you're not too confused with other vibes around you. You take the best feelings, the best emotions, the best creativity, the best spirituality, the best wisdom, the best knowledge, the best pleasure, the best commitments, the best awareness of subconscious, unconscious patterns. And then you, in Aries season, which will be next month, you exalt that and you create new actions, expressions, passions, motivation, anger, and frustration, so you can birth in, literally, a new world, physically. But it all starts internally first. All right? So, resuming this part of the video, basically New Moon in Pisces mean new ways to feel comfortable, to feel private, secure, to attract, or to feel insecure and lacking energy, which is not good. It just means, which is not bad, I mean, it means you're just starting a cycle. So it's all of that when it comes to expanding your internal realm, to expanding your dreams, illusions, imaginations, creativity, spirituality, faith, and belief systems in general, when being mutable and adaptive, aka relating that in an internal level with the external world. So we have the opportunity to basically take anything that is within us and expand it into the external realm, or make it real, but it all starts internally, the work and the build-up, all right? So let's see how the moon is aligning with the rest of the chart to see how we can use this new moon in Pisces in the best way possible. So new moon in Pisces is conjuncting both Mercury and Saturn. So really important, especially the alignment with Saturn, but we'll check that in a second. New Moon in Pisces conjuncting Mercury, new ways to make more sense, to be more logical, or to just not really being able to understand this new stage, the new dreams, the new illusions, the new spirituality, the new creativity. If you are on the right side of the fence, if you are on the right side of yourself, you will be able to create new logical ways to communicate to others these new things. And then you can make others make sense, or you can help others make sense of your own Piscean side. Then, very, very important, New Moon in Pisces conjuncting Saturn in Pisces. A new opportunity to bring forth a physical world, structure, system, limits, boundaries, networking, or association that is from your dreams or nightmares. Because one of the main goals of us as spirits in this physical realm is to create a routine and pattern, a life that we feel fulfilled and purposeful, while being responsible and taking care of ourselves and our environment. So Saturn in Pisces, even though it's a challenging alignment, it's the perfect alignment because it brings the stability, it brings the limits, the responsibility, the real check or the reality check that is necessary for you to encapsulate Pisces into a specific area. Because Pisces is the most connected to all possibilities, but you come from all possibilities as a spirit to make your possibilities, the ones that you chose, come true in your own unique way, and along the way create some new possibilities. So Saturn helps Pisces focus, basically. It's a challenging concept, it is, but it's also a powerful one. So New Moon in Pisces conjuncting Saturn, it's basically a new reality, or negatively bringing forth the world, the system, the support of your nightmares. Because if you are lost spiritually, if you have a wrongful, according to you or according to your needs, if you have a wrongful belief system, faith, religion, or just way to believe in yourself and the world, if you have that wrong, you will make the world look like that around you. But if you are in the right doing, if you believe in possibilities, if you believe in yourself, if you believe in your creativity, if you believe that you deserve more, and if you value more yourself, you can make that a reality. You can make that a networking, an association, a building, an organization to your own scale, right? Saturn can be a whole government or you governing your house, even if you live alone. You know? Because we have to remember, all the planets are within Saturn, in the scope of Saturn. So Saturn can be represented in all scales. The organization and the structure within your body, and then governments and big corporations, for an example. Then, New Moon in Pisces, fatal attracting Venus in Aries, new ways to be more mutable, emotional, deep and purposeful, with new, intense, passionate, or frustrating relationships, pleasures, commitments, or not the relationship, but what's being related in itself. New Moon in Pisces, sextiling Uranus in Taurus, actually, a new opportunity to feel more dreamy or nightmarish, to feel more expansive or lost, and to feel more purposeful, or to reject the spiritual wisdom and knowledge out of new ways to bring uniqueness, individuality, logic, and mental stability to how you and the world are obtaining and maintaining profit, stability, structure, and privacy in a real, consistent, logical way. Because Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, they are like super generational planets. They're almost not even in your solar system. So they affect the whole world. And if you start on the moon and then you go out into the planets, the further you go from Earth, the less personal it becomes. Then new moon in Pisces, trining Mars in Cancer, a new gift to bring more advancement, to bring resolution, to bring an end or an expansion to your passions, motivation, anger, frustration, deep desires, and deep sense of creativity when it comes to real, purposeful, spiritual, personal, and meaningful situations, relationships, even subjects, right? Even though Pisces or the water sign in general is not so social and communicative, they still about connection, but it's more deeper and more spiritual. So this new moon in Pisces trining Mars in Cancer can bring a new sense of connection, which leads to communication when it comes to the passions and motivations, anger and frustration that you've been creating or refreshing from new emotional spaces or new spiritual purposes. Or negatively, which can sometimes it is, but sometimes it's not as well. New moon in Pisces trining Mars in Cancer, new ways to feel or to be destructive, impatient, rashful, and harmful when it comes to your dreams, illusions, imaginations, creativity, and spirituality in general. New moon in Pisces, also very importantly, squaring Jupiter in Gemini, learning how to expand your manifestation, your materialization, your emotional space, and your subconscious consciousness by being more logical, realistic, cold, detached, and by expanding your scope to a bigger part of the world of your perspective. So what does this mean in real terms? So the Pisces and Gemini square, it's very interesting because they are the most extreme. Water is both feminine and internal. Gemini is both masculine and external. Because then you have Earth, which is internal but masculine, and then you have fire, which is external but feminine. So water and air are both. They do not share an opposition. They're not female and external or masculine internal. So they are very different. Thus, the learning opportunities are more impactful, more challenging as well, but more juicy. So if you can feel comfortable see yourself feel ready in being more mutable and adaptable with your own way to take wisdom, knowledge out of your travels in a logical, realistic, cold, and more detached way, you can expand how you manifest and materialize, how you attract, how you can feel and be aware of things in every levels of reality. Why? Because Pisces, like I said earlier, they are aware of a lot of vibrations and frequencies. They are aware of a lot of spirits and spaces. They are aware of a lot of creativity, spirituality, belief systems, but they might struggle in thinking clearly, communicating clearly, seeing clearly, and taking realistic, profitable, valuable conclusions that they can use for themselves and share with others. And Gemini comes right in to help with that. Gemini will not make Pisces more deep. Gemini will not make Pisces more wise or more knowledgeable. Gemini makes Pisces just more able to process and select the information, spiritually speaking, emotionally speaking, that the Pisces should be worrying and working on. So basically, Gemini helps Pisces communicate, look and be relatable and approachable. Because without that, what's the point of the wisdom and knowledge? If it's not to share and build with others, of course. You have to keep a lot of things to yourself, but you gotta share something. You gotta build something together with others. So, new moon in Pisces, squaring Jupiter in Gemini, learning how to expand your internal realm and how you are mutable about it and how you expand on it by being more communicative, mutable, and adaptive with your mind, thoughts, and ideas in a logical, relatable, yet cold and detached way. And then we have New Moon in Pisces, conjuncting Neptune in Pisces, new awarenesses in all levels about grand dreams and illusions, or grand moments, travels, and spaces that dealt with very early in your life or past life, or your next stage, where you're going next. And lastly but not least, New Moon in Pisces, fatal attracting Pluto in Aquarius. New ways to feel more mutable, more spiritual, more purposeful, more creative, more faithful, and have more believe in yourself and the world when it comes to transforming into the new world. And what is the new world? It's where Pluto is. Where Pluto is, Aquarius. So the new world is a world where everybody can have their own fixed mind, their own unique way to think, communicate, and analyze in logical ways about reality, their place in reality, and about rebelliousness, uniqueness, freshness, and opposition in reality, but in a way that it makes sense, it brings progress, and can support others. So New Moon in Pisces is making us, or there is a possibility for us, to feel more connected, more faithful, more inspired, and more mutable and more purposeful about Pluto in Aquarius. Or you can feel scattered, lost, nervous, or just feel the world taking over you instead of you taking your own world. You know what I'm saying? So thank you very much for watching. I wish you the best seeds possible. Make sure to plant the best seeds. Make sure to start a new cycle. Leave certain things behind if they have to leave behind. Don't bring them to the new upgraded house. You know what I'm saying? So remember also to get some readings with me, tarot readings, natal chart readings, personal consultations. Just contact me via IG or email, or leave a comment on below. Is, hey, I want this service. Can you get in contact with me? And I will. So thank you very much for watching. Your support is greatly appreciated. I wish you the best thoughts, ideas, feelings, and emotions, and a whole bunch of individuality, creativity, and responsibility as well. See you on the next video.